morning, everybody. Welcome to another Daily Market Report brought to you by Mike Bjork. Today is Hump Day, Wednesday, August 26th. Hope you guys are having a great day. A couple items here on the economic report, as you can see here on the screen. Let's take a look, see what we have. We'll start off with the durable goods orders for the month of July. These are month-over-month numbers here. So from June to July, it jumped up 11.2%, which was obviously a pretty astronomical number because most expectation whisper numbers were much lower, like around 4.8 in that range there. The previous month it had a pretty good number too at 7.7, so I thought it was actually going to dip a little bit, but instead it jumped up even more than they initially thought. Now, when you take up big ticket items like transportation, it substantially dropped down to 2.4% in the month. I'm sorry, the forecast, 2.4%, whereas before we had 4% in the month of June and July. Sorry, I get these around. Usually I have previous month and then I do the forecast, but today I had it the opposite direction. So the actual number for the month of July was 2.4% for excluding transportation, and for July it dropped by increased by 11.2% on there. So obviously there's a big influx of automobiles and durable goods in that order there. So let's jump ahead here to the headline news. Today's stocks are mixed again today. Like we've been seeing the last couple of days, Nasdaq and S&P are both in positive territory. However, Dow is in negative territory. So, but as I've been kind of preparing this report for you, I've seen it kind of dissipate a little bit. So it's pretty light reading so far today. I mean, it's not by a lot. Whereas yesterday when we did this, we were down like by 100 points and stuff. Markets, since there's really no catalyst to really kind of look at from headline news or in terms of data so far, they're kind of investors are kind of looking ahead here. And tomorrow there'll be with normally they would the Fed would be meeting in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, but due to obviously COVID pandemic, they're kind of doing these more remote. And tomorrow they're going to be the Fed chair Jerome Powell will be speaking, obviously via web, and they're going to really want to listen to what he has to say because it seems like he is going to be open and to leaving rates down for a lower time. Now, even if inflation rises above the target rate of 2%, he's kind of almost removing that a little bit, and they're going to really want to listen to what he says on this topic. And this is important for us in the mortgage industry because what drives mortgage rates is mortgage-backed securities, which is very sensitive to inflation data. High inflation erodes the value of that bond or mortgage-backed security over a long-term period and takes away that value. If we have any hint of inflation, typically it will spook and go the opposite direction. So we need to watch this pretty cautiously, see what he says, as if we do get a spike of inflation and he leaves rates in check, because interest rates, what happens is when they raise interest rates, it's supposed to stave off inflation, to cool things down a little bit, and so that way inflation doesn't go out of control. And if he's going to leave rates open, that could be a shift in the opposite direction for mortgage rates. So we want to keep an eye and see what he has to say about that. If he does have any target rate in mind, maybe a new target rate or something along that line. So be prepared. There could be some real jittery news tomorrow after he gives his speech in the mortgage industry, or especially with more interest rates. So let's jump ahead, talking about interest rates, see what's going on. So far today, we are down 5 basis points. As you can see here, we've been kind of approaching this 25-day moving average right now, and we are below the 50-day moving average. So we're down about 5 basis points. Not quite enough to have any price change from where we left off yesterday. We are about the same in some cases because we end up closing down 11 basis points versus the 20 as we were at some point during the day. Some lenders even actually repriced for a little bit better yesterday, I saw. Today, as you can see, we're starting off higher, but we're coming down, and we want to keep an eye on that as it seems like it wants to shift higher. Even like we saw last week, it was wanting high, but it was coming down a bit, and then testing the 50-day average, and then we kind of broke below it on Monday. And then now we're down, approaching the 25-day. So we're pretty much at the levels we saw about 2 weeks ago. We're kind of reaching those levels, and we'll see if that floor holds. See if we can get a spring forward and jump up a little bit and get some better rates. But tomorrow could be a market mover in terms of this. Sorry about that. Market mover for that. So let's take a look here at the Treasury yields. And as you see, we broke above that. We're sitting just under 0.72 right now, at basically 0.71. And the magic number here is right about the 0.73 range here. And that's kind of where the ceiling is at. We want to make sure that hopefully that holds. If that breaks above that, that could hurt us, obviously, as that could become a new floor, and rates could worsen as a result of that. All right, folks, that's pretty much the wrap. Mortgage rates are about remain unchanged from yesterday's pricing, which is obviously okay news. It didn't worsen, which is obviously the alternative. And if you guys want, I am alone. I want to just kind of, if you want to hold on, you can if you want to get a link to more information about mortgages or any questions about real estate, like any questions you may have regards to home buying or the refinance process, or if you want to just reach out, I'm going to leave the link there. You can go to my site, contact me through there. I am a loan officer. My company is licensed in 48 states, so there's a good chance we can help you in pretty much every state. The two states we're not licensed is Georgia and Massachusetts. Otherwise, we're licensed in the other states. And love to be able to talk to you guys a little bit more about what you guys are looking to do. If you guys are looking to refinance or purchase, we can get your pre-qual set up and then help you get your financing in place to purchase your next property. Or we can create plans. So if you're an investor, I've done a lot of plans for investors, getting them started, getting them situated so they can buy more properties or put them in better positions and stuff. So anyways, stay tuned, and I will leave that link at the end of this video as well as in the description. Have a great day. Bye-bye.